Good morning and greetings from Northumberland. It's the 2nd of March and today is St. Chad's Day. We follow St. David yesterday with St. Chad today. And Chad, who I'm going to talk about, lived approximately 100 years after David. We're talking about a little bit later on in the story of Christianity in our land. I've just got to consult the book to read the names properly. When Aidan came to Lindisfarne in 635, one of the things he wanted to do was to form a school so that young men could be brought up in the monastic tradition and in turn become missionaries in their own country. And it said that 4 brothers came. Let me read their names. The first one is spelt C-E-D-D, which you would want to pronounce said, but it's actually more usually pronounced Ched. The next one was spelt C-Y-N-E-B-I-L, Cunbil. Then there's C-A-E-L-I-N, Calin. And the last one spelt C-E-A-D-D-A, Chadda, or more usually Chad. All 4 of these brothers became priests and monks, and 2 of them became bishops. And the story of Ched, the eldest, and Chad, the youngest, is somewhat intertwined, but we're going to stick with Chad today. It all started with his brother Ched going off and being a missionary, and eventually Chad grew in the tradition of faith and love, and it was said he was a fairly intelligent young man, and so he was sent away eventually from Ireland to Ireland from Lindisfarne to study and to grow in the Celtic tradition. And eventually he came back, having learnt much and wanted to devote himself to prayer and to the mission of the church. At that time, his brother Ched, who had been abbot of Lastingham after many missionary endeavours, died, and Chad took on his role. And then at the time there was a problem with Wilfrid, who'd been made Bishop of York, who disappeared off to the continent, and the king, Oswy, asked Chad to be the Bishop of York, and he was consecrated. But then Wilfrid came back, and Wilfrid was a powerful man. It's always unwise to get involved in church politics, and Chad, instead of fighting for his position, was very happy to stand back, and he said, I never thought I was worthy to be this bishop. So he went back to Lastingham to continue as abbot. But his stance impressed people, and above all, it impressed the Archbishop of Canterbury, Theodore, and when there came an opportunity to start a mission work in Mercia, in the centre of the country, he chose Chad to go there. And so Chad formed a cathedral in the town of Lichfield, and that became a mission centre for the central part of England. You'll know where Lichfield is, a little bit north and west of Birmingham. And it was a central place, and the cathedral that grew up there is a testimony to the life and witness of Chad and his companions. But like his brother Chad, he was devoted to prayer, to worship, and to sharing the faith with others. And the cathedral that stands and the gospel that exists in Lichfield are a testament to that Christian heritage, dating from the 7th century, he died in about 670, and showing the faith of this Celtic, Irish, Anglo-Saxon church. remember, it would be wrong to think that they believed things differently to us. They didn't believe different things about God or about the Trinity. They were, to all intents and purposes, they were Orthodox Christians, believing the same as their Roman counterparts. But they had different traditions. And above all, this tradition of being a missionary to a people rather than to a place. And so we remember Chad today. We pray for the magnificent cathedral in Lichfield and for the mission and ministry of that diocese. And above all, we pray for the re-emerging mission and ministry of the Church in our land as we emerge from a time of plague, of sickness. We pray that we may be able to share, like Chad did, the love of God with others. May God bless us all.